with the dub, and not just a dub in which Justin Fields has a perfect QB rating, going 3 for 3 in his time out there, 2 touchdowns, 129 yards. We got to see a connection between him and DJ Moore. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun, but first, got to play that intro though.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Alrighty, Bears fans, welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Haize. Bobby should be here at some point. We don't know. Bobby may have fell into like the gumdrop land. I don't know where he is, but he'll pop up at some time. But we got a win to celebrate. The Chicago Bears get a win in their first preseason game, 23-17 against the Tennessee Titans, in which they score 14 points, 2 touchdowns on back-to-back drives in that first quarter. It's all field goals after that point, but we didn't see a lot of the starters out there, but they made their presence felt. Justin Fields, already said it in the opening, 3 for 3, 129 points, 2 touchdowns, a perfect QB rating of 158.3. He gets a reception with a connection with DJ Moore on one reception, 62 yards for a touchdown. The other one was to Khalil Herbert for 56 yards and a touchdown. But overall, Justin Fields just looked more decisive out there in the downs and that he played. Didn't play a 2-lot, so I'm not going to act like we can like extrapolate a huge amount from it to like determine how much Justin Fields has grown. But hey, we got to see the him and DJ Moore connection on a touchdown. It was a great one at that. The offense was a bit more snappy out there in general. Even after the starters went out, you can kind of see, I think Luke Getsy feels a little bit more comfortable opening up this playbook this year, which we're going to see a lot of. Got to see quite a bit of Roschon Johnson in the second half of this game. He gets 12 carries for 44 yards. That's averaging little over 3.5 yards per carry on that. He had a long run for 24 yards. So shout out to that there. But overall, a really solid game. The defense started off a little shaky, in my opinion. Wasn't really happy with everything that we saw from the defense to start the game. But, overall, like I said, over in the live call, we haven't really gotten to see this full defensive lineup together. But I tell you what, Javon Dexter, Zach Pickens both made their presence felt. Even Andrew Billings out there as well. While the defense didn't look like wholly amazing or anything like that, there's still enough so that you know that the monsters of the midway are on their way back. Tyreek Stevenson showing that big playmaking ability. Kyler Gordon out there trying to crack people, right? So overall, like I said, a lot to take away from it positively in that as well. I like the way that the defense was disciplined in this game. I like the way that they tried to attack the quarterback overall, really putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. We got 11 hits on the quarterback today. 11 hits on the quarterback, which is major for a team that didn't put a lot of pressure on the QB last year. We also got 8 sacks in this game. 8 sacks in one game did the Chicago Bears get. Again, preseason game. Nobody's saying that that's going to, translate over exactly 1-for-1 in the regular season, but a lot to show there. I like how they used Kahari Blasingame in the passing game as well while he was out there. But I tell you what, we're going to have a hard-hitting defense. Dexter, Pickens, Billings, Gordon, Tyreek Stevenson out there, Terrell Lewis when he gets out there as well. We're going to have a defense that's trying to hit you. That's just is what it is. And so we'll see, man. Let me get to some of these comments, see how you guys are feeling about it overall. Khalil says, I already took my shot. Well, shout out to you on that one. How about that, Dub? Love it. Listen, the Chicago Bears look good today, man. Didn't look perfect, but again, it's preseason. We didn't even get to see like kind of the matchups and everybody out there together, how they're going to play. But I like a lot of what we got out there. Let's see. The second and third string defense was making plays. Yeah, they were getting after it. And so, I think when you look at the things that are usually culture-wise, right, that are based off the culture, like you can tell that this team is trying to be a team that's disciplined, that hits hard, that doesn't miss tackles as well. Not a lot of broken tackles out there, that tries to attack the running game, get those tackles for losses, and put pressure on the quarterback. We got to see a little bit of all of that today. Nano says 8 sacks as a team. That's crazy. Zach Pickens and Javon Dexter will play a ton of snaps this season. Oh, for sure. Listen, I would not be surprised if Javon Dexter ends up being the starter before the end of the season. Zach Pickens is a dog and a beast out there as well. Oh, and also on the offensive line, Darnell Wright looked pretty good out there today in the snaps that he played. Even leading out on a pass. I think it was a pass at one point. Like doing a crack. Like like he looked pretty good out there. Pretty good out there. And he's gonna get picked on, but he looked pretty good out there. Nano also says Travis Bell was balling. Hey, listen, he did look good out there. The defense was definitely hungry today. 4 turnovers, 6 sacks, 8 sacks actually. Defenseman gets an A for sure. Yeah, listen, I like the way that we went out there and got after the quarterback for sure. B. Bill says Darnell Wright is a monster. Listen, Darnell Wright, him making that mistake and doing the wide receiver workouts, practicing for training camp, may have been the best thing for him. He's lean out there, lost a lot of weight. He's moving quick out there, and when you have his speed and size, and you add just a little bit of quickness out there, it's all going to come down to technique with him. If he gets the right hand techniques down like he needs to, playing that position for the Bears, I tell you what, it's scary hours out there for opponents trying to get to the quarterback. It's not going to be easy getting to Justin Fields this year. Not as easy as it was last year. That's for damn sure. Let's hope not, at least. Let's see. Facebook user, that went away. I hate restream sometimes. Gibson played a hell of a game. Hey, listen, Gibson understands. I think that Travis Gibson understands the urgency around the rest of his preseason. If he wants to stay a Chicago Bear, if he wants to have a chance of getting that long-term contract, he had to come in and perform. And to his credit, he came in and did that. Travis Gibson, regardless of where he lined up, who he lined up with, he came out there and showed the things that you want to see from him. Getting to the quarterback, keeping his head up, being aggressive on plays, right? He showed all of that today. All of that. PJ Walker looked so darn bad today. He looked bad. He looked bad. I'm not gonna write the story on him quite yet, but he definitely looked bad. Bears defense with the shaky start, that what drops them down to a solid B. Yeah, otherwise it was a good night overall. It just that start was extremely questionable. Doomsday Jones says Gibson was like, fuck the unemployment line. Hey, listen, let's say the Bears do still cut him. He's making it easy for another team to pick him up off waivers shortly thereafter. For example, I'm not saying it's going to happen, so that's not what I'm saying. But if the Chicago Bears were to cut Travis Gibson today now or anytime this next week, he's not clearing waivers. There's going to be a team that picks him up with the way that he performed, and that may have happened either way. So listen, everything is in Gibson's best if he performs and he comes out there and gives it his all. Don't get down on yourself, whether the Bears keep you or if you do end up getting cut. Another team with how you perform is going to pick you up. So, I want to see Travis Gibson succeed. I like it. I'm a lifelong Bears fan, so I love it when we draft and develop guys in our system. And I hope that anybody that we draft can be that next person. Now, I mean, you also have to be realistic in it, but listen, Travis Gibson double teamed to hell last year. Comes in now to a defensive line that has killers on it, and hopefully he carves out a role for himself. The defensive rookies played their butts off today. Listen, I tell you what, Ryan Poles knows how to draft, man. Ryan Poles knows how to draft his ass off because he finds so much talent even deep in these drafts, right? Like the rookies came to show out. Like we got Tyler Scott and Terrell Smith could both be fighting for starting positions. And even if Terrell Smith doesn't get it, because it looks like Tyreek Stevenson is probably going to get that, listen, Smith is still going to get played a lot of snaps as well. So love what he's doing. I hope Dexter is okay. I hope that he is too. You don't want to see a rookie, especially after having a really good showing and being able to carve out a role. You don't want to see them get anything lingering to start the season, but it is what it is, man. We're going to send prayers up to him. It's football. Somebody's bound to get hurt. We'll see what it is. B Mace in the building. What's going on, brother? Glad to have you in here, brother. Still waiting on Bobby's short ass. We don't know where Bobby is. Let me send Bobby a text, see if he's still coming in. Let's see. Let's see where good old short Bobby is. Bobby wife had that honey-do list for him. That's what that was. All right, let's go ahead and get in. Let's see. Gibson is a good number 2 DN behind Yannick and Walker. I mean, as a depth, and I would even say this. For example, if we didn't have DeMarcus Walker and we had Yannick Ngakoue out there, I think Gibson could, because you can't double team Gibson as much with just another formidable defensive lineman out there. I do think as a depth piece, Travis Gibson can shine. But as we know with Ryan Poles, it comes down to value. And I think this coaching staff and everybody's still high on Dominique Robinson. So, like, if they think they're getting better value out of a cheaper contract that is Dominique Robinson, they may make a decision there. But Travis is going to make it hard on them, right? Let's see what we got here. Mike Davidson says NFL Network was trolling. Tried to tune into the game and had a football life Brett Favre playing instead of the game. This happened to anyone else? Hey, listen, bro. No, it didn't happen. It didn't happen to me. I don't know who else that happened to. We got to get our. They ain't gonna stop me from watching my Bears. That's all I'll say. Dropsy Jones back at it. Yeah, Dropsy Jones and shaking hands Scott. Shaky hand Scott. Like we gotta improve it, bro. We gotta improve it. Like I really do want to see these guys get an opportunity and chance. So let's hope that Dropsy gets it together, man. He needs to work. I told y'all, get Tiana Trump with him, get them in a room, and get her to teach them her hand techniques. They'll never drop another ball. We'd be the least fumble team in the NFL at that point. Dion says, Dropsy did it again. What are your thoughts on it? Listen, Dropsy, Velas, you can have all the speed in the world. You can have all the quickness in the world. You can be the best possession receiver, returner in the world. But if you can't hold on to the ball, they're not going to use you, because those are key situations and scenarios. If the Bears were down a touchdown and they look at it and say, hey, listen, not only do we need to try to get the best field position out of this kick or punt return, we also need to make sure we can hold on to the ball. Velas is making it a world in which they can't go to Velas. They can't go to Velas. Like, you cannot bet it with the game on the line. If you need that scoring drive with 4 minutes left in the fourth, you're not going to be able to go to Velas. And if you can't trust him in those crunch times, you're going to go away from him. So Velas has to make his name for himself on special teams. He's not going to get very many opportunities in the passing game on this team, and he's not doing good for himself right now. He just isn't. And he's going to have to figure it out. He's going to have to figure it out if he wants to roll on this team. Bobby had the boo-boo. He'll be right back. That's hilarious. Facts on drops. Yeah, it just comes down to that with Velas. It's not that he doesn't have talent. It's not even, you've noticed, even in all my critiques of Velas Jones, I've never even gone to like, oh, you were an old rookie. None of that, because all that doesn't matter. You're drafted here, you're here now. How do you perform? And the fact of the matter is, like, if we can't bet on you to just hold on to the ball, right? If you're not getting us to field position, if we feel like you're not getting off as fast on these kick or punt returns like we need you to, that's different. Maybe we can tweak a coverage, right? But if we can't even rely on you to hold on to the ball, that's when you're going to start being unplayable. And you can have all the other intangibles that you want. If you can't do that simple part of the game, you can't be used. And so I think Velas still has talent. I think Velas has the speed that you want to see in a modern, especially with the way that they've changed kick and punt returns. But if you can't hold on to the ball, Tyler Scott's going to be ahead of you. Hell, Treston Ebner may be ahead of you. Anybody. Like, at this point, anybody. Dante Pettis, anybody can be ahead of you, because we can bet on them to at least hold on to the ball and try to make a play for us. We don't even know if you're going to be able to try to make a play or if you're just going to give the ball to the other team, right? That's what you need to look at when it comes to Velas, and we'll see how it happens. Bears going to get a top 5 pick from Carolina. Bryce Young is overthrowing wide open receivers. Listen, here's what I'll say. If the Bears end up getting a top 5 pick out of Carolina, the Bears got one of the best packages they could have potentially got for that number 1 overall pick, period. And that may be the way that it goes. We're going to see, but it may be a way that it goes. Let's see. Let's look at some scores out here. Let's see what we got. By the way, Jordan Love fans, man, fuck y'all. That's all I can say on that one. But it is what it is. It's fuck Green Bay all day long. Jordan Love didn't look too bad today, though. I have to admit it. Didn't look great. Didn't look too bad either. Let's see what we got from John Collins. Our defense is going to cause a lot of short fields this year. Hey, that's the hope. That is the hope. And if they do, They're doing their job, right? And we just need stops. Like there are so many times last season where we just could not stop the other team from scoring. We just need to get stops. Let's worry about all the other stuff when it comes, and hopefully it does come. I'm not saying that I don't want it, but like let's just get out there and get some stops, y'all. Cause Shay Taylor's in the building. Says Bear Down. What's going on, Miss Taylor? Glad to have you in the building. Why did Dropsy let the ball bounce? He had time to get under. What the fuck? I'm not happy seeing that again. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just because it was a bad play. It was just a unintelligent play. Like it was just a stupid play. It was just like that was just it was not good. And you know, to come off what you did last season in situations like that too, it just brings all that right back up, right? Bryce Young can't see with the short. Well, y'all killing Bryce Young right now. Like, I mean, I understand. Let's see how the game goes. Short quarterbacks have found ways to be successful. I don't. It's not like I don't want him to have a bad career. I just want him to have a bad season while we got their pick next year. That's all I want. Like like have the best career that you can possibly have, but have a terrible rookie season. Can you have that? Can you do that for us? Can you do that? That's what we want. It's a mental thing with Velas. Venus, you called him Venus? Was that intentional? With Velas at this point, it has to be, bro. It has to be. Like you've been playing football your whole life, bro. Your whole life. Jordan Love can suck it. Fuck Green Bay. Listen, it's FGB all day long over here, right? Like it's. I'm gonna acknowledge if I'm talking about somebody if they weren't terrible, but like I like while I like I don't want Bryce Young to have a terrible career. I want Jordan Love to have a terrible career. Like I want Jordan Love to have one of the worst career. Can he be their Mitch Trubisky? That's what I want for them to have. Have a terrible career because I don't like you. I don't want to see you. I don't give a damn. I hope your team fails. I ain't got nothing positive to say about none of them motherfuckers. But you know, it is what it is out there. It is what it is. Let's see. Did Foreman play today? Yes, Foreman actually had 3 carries, I think, this game. I think he had 3 this game. Dante Foreman did play this game. I love seeing the defense in the dust trying to catch up with the Bears offensive players. Listen, hey, we got some quickness, we got some speed, we got strength. I tell you what, like the ability to take the top off the defense is something that we didn't really get to see in this, mainly because Chase Claypool didn't play either in this game. But like the DJ Moore Justin Fields connection is real, and even how like I know it wasn't. I can't remember how many overall snaps. He only threw the ball 3 times. I can't remember how many snaps Justin Fields played, but Justin Fields just he even on the touchdown pass to DJ Moore. I think maybe it was the Khalil Herbert one. It was one of the two. Like that would have been usually a situation in which Justin Fields would have took off running to try to make a play, but he extended the play with his feet, composed himself, and still made the pass, right? And end up going to a touchdown. Justin Fields looks like he's being smarter out there with how he uses his legs and his speed. So Mike Davidson says, I need Bryce to have a Peyton Manning rookie season. That's a great way to put it. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. Wholeheartedly. Jones just looks unfocused. The skill set appears to be there. On paper, he should be blazing, but there's something missing between the head and shoulders. That's really what it comes down to with Velas. It's just that. Like, hold on to the ball. Once you hold on to the ball, it like I'm sure he's gonna make a play. Like that type of speed, I can't imagine him not making plays if he just holds on to the ball. You know the haters still gonna hate on Fields. Oh, that's always, bro. Let them hate all season long. I don't care. They can hate on the way to us getting 10, 11 wins. I don't care like how much they hate. Let them hate. If they hate, then let them hate and watch the wins pile up. That's all we can say on that one, right? Facebook user also plus Santos made all his points out. Yes, good point on that. So like, and that was something C-Dub hates kickers. So I'm glad that Santos looked good out there today. John Collins says, also for the record, that was a fumble and clear recovery, which would have ended the first drive. Therefore, we blew them out. Shout out to you on that one. Ryan Poles has made a lot of great moves, but Velas isn't one of them. Poles needs to realize his mistake and just cut him. Well, you don't cut a player. Like, don't get me wrong. Are signs pointing to you being correct? Yeah, I'm not going to act like you're not. You are very fair in saying that. But I think that for a team that drafted a player, you drafted him for a reason. And it's not like he doesn't flash some of that talent. He just isn't able to hold on to the ball. And so, we'll end up seeing like Velas has the upside potential to be one of those positionless players that you just can use in a lot of things. But again, it don't matter what the potential is if you can't hold on to the football. But it's too early to say it for sure. But he's gonna have to get it together. Marifa says, I think Velas thinking too much. He needs to relax. I agree with that. We don't need Nate Davis. Oh, bro, you tripping. You tripping hard on that one, bro. Keep in mind, like, it's preseason, bro. Like, let's not overrate it. Nate Davis is going to be highly important for what the Chicago Bears do on offense, bro. He's going to be important. Doug Kramer looked like a solid backup center for Whitehair. Hey, listen, they believe in Doug Kramer. He got hurt last year in a preseason game. They kept him around on the practice squad for a reason. They see a future with Doug Kramer, and I think that we're going to see him used a lot more probably in the preseason as well as we go forward. Mr. Eberflus is 4-0 in the preseason. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that. I agree. I need to see running as the last option from Fields. On the touchdown pass to DJ, his feet look steady and not the happy day. That's it. He looked very decisive out there. And that's what you want to see from Justin Fields, making that step from last season to next season. That's what you want to this season. That's what you want to see. And again, it was a small sample size, but at least you got to see it right in that sample size. If he looked unfocused out there, if he looked like he was jittery and just running off, people would absolutely write him off for it. So we got to make sure and point out that he looked good and decisive in there and how he was using his legs. Jack Jones says, I'd rather Velas figure it out in the preseason and learn from his mistakes now. He'll be good once the season starts. I mean, listen, I would believe that if he looked good yet. We haven't seen him look good. Well, I guess he came in towards the last couple of games of the season. He showed some things. So listen, it's one preseason game. Now, if he starts looking like this in the next preseason game too, that's where we're going to have to start worrying. Kramer did look good. I was worried he would get hurt in the first preseason game again. Thank Jesus. Hey, listen. We need health, as much health as possible, man. JF1 got the ball out fast. He looked awesome. That's what she said. Oh. But yeah, Justin Fields definitely looked good, looked decisive today. I like what we saw from Justin Fields just from the poise standpoint and him making that step up from his rookie year. I liked a lot of what we saw from Justin Fields. Our toughest opponents, once again, will be the Zebras. That's funny. I mean, let's hope it's not as much. I mean, that officiating is officiating. You can only do so much for or against it. It is what it is. Dion says, where was Chase? Chase set out this game. Him, Tremaine Edmonds, Nate Davis. There were more. Yannick Ngakoue, Unique Ngakoue. I'm still working on pronouncing his name right every time. A lot of those guys were out in this game, bro. So, but hey, Bears get a dub, man. Good to see it. I think that the way that they got it, the way that some of our key players that we're going to really rely on this season, the way that they looked in some of these, hey, they looked really good, man. And the young guys on defense, a lot of the defensive rookies are ready to try to make their name, man. And I feel like that's signs everything in the right direction. Romeo Dubs went in the fourth, but we took Velas in the third. I mean, listen, listen, it is what it is. Just Ryan Poles did damn good in last year's draft. He did good in this year's draft. I'm not going to obsess over who went before or after. If Velas doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. I mean, but look at hell, we got Jack Sanborn as an undrafted rookie. We got Noah Sewell late in the draft, right? Like, so, I mean, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Not every draft pick is going to work out. It just is what it is. I'm not ready to write the story on Velas quite yet, but kind of is what it is there. Our interior O-line depth looks good. Offensive tackle depth is still in question. Collins and Bourne look shaky at times. I mean, yeah, can't disagree with that. I still think that they did overall solid job. But again, to put it in perspective, it's preseason. It's not like they were facing the best competition out there, but we'll see. Nano says C-Dub called an excellent game. He went off on that opening touchdown. Listen, C-Dub's one of the best live callers in the business. And that's just period. And that's not just because he's on this channel with me and one of the hosts here. It's because I got to see it. If you guys saw C Dub's first live call last season to now, like you've seen the growth and how he's developed. He's one of the best live callers in the business, man. Period. Can we get Nate Davis to come work though? Hey, listen, it's Nate Davis is gonna put in work, man. I think Matt Eberflus is being very protective over people who he absolutely knows he's going to need. But I think Nate Davis is going to be okay. I'm starting to get a little worried with just the amount of time and amount of practices he's missed. But I'm gonna keep hope alive for right now. I personally can't wait to see wide receiver trio in full swing. Listen, we're not going to see it this preseason. Best believe Luke Getsy is not going to uncover and show that off into the regular season. He's going to leave teams guessing. But I tell you what, I am super excited to see what our wide receiver core is going to look like. And then it's not even just the three, right? You still got EQ St. Brown as a depth piece. You got Tyler Scott, who, as long as he can fix the shaky hands and hold on to the ball. It's almost a pause moment. The ball, like who may get used dynamically, right? So I'm really excited about the wide receiver core overall, and Justin Fields really having an actual core now, right? Actual core. So Doomsday Jones says, love C Dub. He has great energy. Oh, C Dub's energy is unmatched, man. It's crazy. And he loves the Chicago Bears. And if you guys can't tell, like, you think he got crazy over a preseason game. Wait till y'all see him. Every first down, he starts screaming. Like, I'm so shocked he didn't lose his voice more than what he did last season. 8 sacks is a good start, good momentum. Yeah, you want to build off of it. What can you go out there and do next game, right? C-Dub is that dude. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to C-Dub in the building, taking care of family business. Couldn't be on the post-game show. Bobby fell in the toilet, apparently. We probably aren't going to get Bobby on this post-game show. Reportedly, Bobby tried to go snorkeling in the toilet since he was so small. And according to this text that I just got, they have implored 3 plumbers, one of them short Italian from New York with a mustache, and a minion to go down in the toilet and find Bobby. So, that's what's going on right now. We'll figure out where Bobby is. I'm sure they'll be able to save him. Bear down. I personally can't wait to see the wide receiver. Read that one already. Or did you leave it a second time? Don't be fucking with me leaving the same comment multiple times, man. Anthony says, it's a great first step. Definitely great one to see the Bears take, man. How about Justin Fields, 2 touchdowns, quick in and out? No better way to silence the reporters. Hey, listen, they ain't gonna have nothing to report on bad. Well, you know what? No, I guarantee you, Colin Cowherd is definitely gonna be like, oh, well, yeah, I checked out that Chicago Bears game, and the thing that stood out to me is that you only played your starting quarterback 7 snaps. You only started your starting quarterback 7 snaps. What that tells me is the Chicago Bears aren't confident in Justin Fields. You don't play your starting quarterback 7 snaps if you feel confident that they're your quarterback of the future. That's not what you do. The Chicago Bears don't believe in Justin Fields. That's exactly what Colin Cowherd's going to come out and say. That fucking pygmy. Fuck Colin Cowherd, bro. Like, it is what it is, bro. You keep hating on my team. We still got you. It is what it is, bro. That's all I can say on that one. Y'all want to talk shit? It is what it is, man. I hate Colin Cowherd, bitch ass, bro. Hey, oh, I just fucked something up. All right. Let's move that. Travis Homer looked good. Yeah, he did look good. I mean, and he's on the bubble to make the roster as well. So I'm glad that he really performed well in that. Colin can suck it. Oh, absolutely, fam. Colin Cowherd is a bitch ass dude, bro. Like, it just.
It is what it is. Like, Colin Cowherd literally comes on there and be like, Bears fans, are you mean to tell me that this is your quarterback? A quarterback that in your first preseason game, after being off for 4 months, only plays for 7 snaps? This front office doesn't believe in Justin Fields. They will be drafting a quarterback next year with their number 1 pick.
Shut the fuck up, Colin Cowherd, old eagle-faced ass bastard, bro. Like, I can't stand that motherfucker, bro. I can't stand that dude, man. No, man, I think Ebner's on the bubble. Homer was better than him. They're both, make no mistake, they're both on the bubble. They're both on the bubble. Now, which one comes out on top? I think it may rely on what you bring. Tristan Ebner still has tons of upside, but I think it really depends on how they view Travis Homer and the need for his blocking, right? That's really what it comes down to. Nano says, thank you, Lovey Smith. DJ Moore is a stud. FCC, F Shady 2, Haize has receipts. Oh, I got all the receipts, bro. All the receipts, man. All the receipts. Jay Allen in the building says, great effort today, overall today. The hype is real. Hey, listen, definitely the hype is real, man. Definitely the hype is real. But all right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this post-game show. I got to go help them, man. Like Mario tried to use one of the green tunnels to get to Bobby, because he fell in the toilet, and we still can't find him. Starting to get a little worried. I understand, man. Like, listen, this is what happened when you're Bobby size, right? Every next step is dangerous. Like I told y'all, I witnessed Bobby literally bungee jump off a curb, bro. That's how short the dude is. So we got to worry out. Send up prayers for Bobby, and hopefully we find him, man. And we'll see, man. We'll see. But overall, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, watching C-Dub on the live stream. That was a 3-hour live stream. C-Dub held down basically by himself with Bobby and me popping in every once in a while. So, hey, it was a great time. Great first game. Great way to start off the preseason. We'll be back next week as well. And every single week after every Bears game, you guys can bet on a post-game show. Thank you guys so much for being here, being the best part of the show. Make sure you're following the show at Bears Central Pod. No, that's wrong. You follow the show at Shy Bears Central on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag episodes, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, like I like to end every episode on. Chi-Town up, bear down, motherfuckers. Bear the fuck down. You know what? Shots. Bear. Woo! That stung a little bit. Bears got the dub. Bear down. Love you guys.